Hello, 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 and welcome to my studio. Let me give you a look around. So I recently redesigned the place. One of the things I did was I repainted, and I very specifically chose colors that reflected my appreciation of nature. So we've got this kind of deep forest green on the accent wall, and this blue that I think is a little reminiscent of both the sky and water. And then I also made a point of putting up some of my very favorite pictures and framed. Well, in this case, this and this are actually t-shirts. So here we see my little tribute to Ian Anderson and Jethro Tull. This one's a little harder to see. This is a very unique piece. This was something that was published in a magazine as an ad many years ago. And this great sculpture-like poster that my friend Glenn made and all my friends signed on my 50th birthday. And over here, a framed poster from the first Joe Bonamassa Keeping the Blues Alive cruise that I did with my brothers, which was an awesome experience and a lot of great bands there. And some of you might recognize this classic album cover and this other part of the classic album cover. So looking around the room some more, here we have a picture that a friend of mine, a gentleman named Emilio Truba, took back in 1979 at Madison Square Garden for a concert that I missed on the Stormwatch tour, and I just love that shot. And over here we have some photos that I took in, sorry about the glare there, that I took in Maui and Kauai. So this one was the shore of Maui, many years ago, probably 25 years ago. This was my more recent trip, just this beautiful tree. I gotta remember the name of that and pop that in here. Absolutely gorgeous tree. This was in Kauai, and this was a beach in Kauai. And let's see if I can get rid of some of that glare. This is on a beach in Kauai where one of the famous Elvis movies was filmed. So if you could see out to the left, right, if I could pan and show, it was a big, long, deep beach. But I love this look. In fact, I've had some other pictures and paintings done with this, this down the path, looking way down and walking down that path into nature. And turning the lights up a bit for some of my favorite friends here. So here, this gorgeous Stratocaster that I was gifted by my children and just could not be more grateful for. A beautiful American Stratocaster. Some of you might recognize this beautiful celebrity ovation guitar that was featured in some of my more recent press photos. Here we have probably my favorite guitar, a beautiful Yamaha L that I love to play and play very frequently. This amazing Epiphone Les Paul, just a brilliant guitar I've used in so many things. And some other friends back here, including this nice blue Fender Rhodes bass that I actually bought for my son, Dylan, when he was very young and getting into music. And it became a bass that I played on quite a few of the tracks that I've had. And then over here we have the studio. So, right, I'm using Cubase, and here we see a track that I'm working on lately, and the keyboard where I get to add some of the elements to these tracks. Here we have another key component. This is a fun one. So this is the Chaotica eyeball that I use for recording a lot of vocals, and it allows for picking up vocals with minimum interruptions from sounds coming from elsewhere in the studio, or more than that, outside of the studio. Here we have some friends. My little buddy Abominable here with a hat I picked up while in Dallas, and honestly I might have had a couple extra drinks that night and picked up what ultimately turned out to be a woman's cowboy hat, but it's pretty snazzy and I dig it. And I'll finish up with a tribute to Mom, who I think I got a lot of my creativity from. This is a piece of her artwork. She really enjoyed painting and couldn't be more grateful for the talents and genes that she gave me, and I'm sure Dad probably has some contribution to that too. But that's a little look at my studio. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and looking forward to continuing to engage more as I continue to release new singles, working up to the release of my first full-length record, A Light in the Darkness, this fall. So thanks everyone.